mundo se va de casa, qué triste me pongo, estoy tan enamorado.
Welcome Call of Duty fans, this is Pep64 bringing your team deathmatch commentary on Havana. Havana is designated as a medium-sized map, similar to Invasion in Modern Warfare 2 and Crossfire in Modern Warfare. Havana is notorious for the easy spawn traps that players can employ to their advantage. In this commentary, I will teach you guys this easy tactic that will prevent the enemy from gaining ground on the map. Since my spawn point started my team out near the bar area, the opposing forces will spawn in the flag poles near the beach. As they spawn near the beach, a majority of them will try to make their way through the building lobby past the fountain area. This will be the main choke point of Havana if you spawn near the bar side. Enemies will fight to get past this area of the map. If you can hold this particular area near the fountain, you will successfully keep the enemies at bay, ensuring a secure victory. However, be warned when you're stationed in the fountain area, as enemies will try to flank you from your left. You will want to keep a firing line down the doorway into the lobby, but remember that the enemy has an easy flanking position to your back and rear. I'll place a motion sensor in the wall outside of the lobby area. This is important because the motion sensor will warn you of impending dangers such as an enemy offensive rush. The motion sensor will keep you one step ahead of the enemy, giving you plenty of time to set a defensive position or retreat depending on the situation at hand. Your motion sensor will be an essential tool when establishing your firing line. It is important to watch the hotel room on your left, as enemies often camp at that location. This is a really difficult spot to get since it's oftentimes barricaded with enemy equipment such as motion sensors and claymores. However, the area behind the car will give you a solid line of sight to the enemies stationed in the hotel balcony, providing you ample cover from their incoming fire. In this commentary, you'll notice that I have the Blackbird Killstreak equipped. This is important because the Blackbird reveals the enemy's location and the direction that they are facing. In a game such as Team Deathmatch, where the object of the game is to get the most kills, the Blackbird will benefit your team the most by giving you and your teammates a chance to build their kill streaks. It isn't until the Blackbird is up that I move from an defensive to an offensive position. With the Blackbird in the air, I can easily reach my higher kill streak since I can easily control my engagements. Once I called in my Blackbird and dogs, the game is essentially over for the other team. I run into trouble in this part of the game because of the enemy spawn flip. During my death, I respawned around the area where the enemy team was respawning. In other words, it was me against the whole team. When you are caught up in this predicament, such as the situation I'm in now, it is best to make your way back to where your teammates are. Otherwise, you'll be killed by the spawning enemies. Never go behind enemy lines without a silenced weapon, as it is a near suicidal gesture. You do not have to worry about this rule if the Blackbird is in the air. Unfortunately, there are times where you are placed in a situation where you respawn exactly where the enemy is located. With the hardline perk on, you can take full advantage of the smaller kill streaks such as the spy plane. The spy plane is oftentimes an underrated kill streak, but in certain situations where the enemy is not using Ghost, having hardline equipped to spam on spy planes will certainly give you an advantage for you and your team on the map. Other than revealing non-Ghost enemy players, spy planes also show enemy kill streaks such as the RCXD. This is especially important in certain maps like Havana, as they will try to flush you out using this kill streak. As you kill more enemy players, you will notice that the frequency and intensity of their rush will increase. Enemy players who are killed will more than likely go to the same spot for the revenge kill. Be warned as you set up your position, since enemy players will come with ever-increasing force. As a medium-sized map, you will find that the assault rifles rule the engagements. I use the AK-47 with extended mags because of its high damage and fully automatic capabilities, as well as its penetrating power when equipped with the hardened perk. However, in Havana, you can get away using SMGs and light machine guns, since there are particular points in the map that allow you to use these weapons. Where sniper rifles are only limited to 2 sections on the map, which are located on the 2 ends of the main street. Be warned, however, when using the sniper, as enemy players will try to avoid running to the main street because of the sniper's easy line of sight. It is also important to remember that the enemy spawn is dependent on your team's position on the map. If your team advances too close into the enemy spawn point, the spawn will flip, thus losing your spawn trap. It is best to try to patrol an area of the map, but never advance any further than the enemy spawn point in order to keep the enemy spawn system to your favor. So in conclusion, Havana can either be one of the easiest maps to conquer or one of the most frustrating. When you are the player that is trapped within the spawn system in Havana, always remember that there are multiple ways to flank the enemy. Grenades, both lethal and tactical, will drive most players out of their firing line, Also, small kill streaks such as RC cars or napalm can definitely be used in your favor to get you out of your spawn trap. Also, as frustrating as it may be, going for the revenge kill for a certain individual will more than likely result in your death. Just shrug it off and remember that there are 5 more enemy combatants at your disposal. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll be able to use my tactics and strategy to help better your Black Ops experience. Don't forget to rate, comment, and if you really enjoyed my video, subscribe. There'll be many more videos on the way. Once again, this is Pep64 signing out. Good night.